Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is Sportsdom coming back with another video. And this is my Arizona Diamondbacks at Cleveland Guardians series recap. So in game one, which was Monday night, the Arizona Diamondbacks win in 10 innings, 7-6, in a back and forth affair. The Diamondbacks took the Cleveland Guardians took a 1-0 lead in the first. And then the Diamondbacks scored 2 in the sixth. Cleveland scored 2 in the sixth. It was, I believe it was Ketel Marte and Gabriel Moreno went back-to-back jacks. And then the Diamondbacks scored 2 in the eighth to make it 4-3. Then the the Guardians scored 1 in the ninth. The Diamondbacks win 7-6 in 10. The Diamondbacks had 7 runs, 10 hits, no errors in game one. The Cleveland Guardians had 6 runs, 10 hits, no errors. The win in game one, Zach Gallen started, but Ryan Thompson gets the win. He's 6-3 with a 2.30 ERA. Emmanuel Clase gets the loss. He's 4-2 with a 0.69 ERA. And Justin Martinez gets his first save of the season with a 2.01 ERA. So, let's take a look at the scoring here. In the first inning, all right, I don't know why they're not showing the first inning of this ball game. They're showing from the second inning on because it went 10 innings. But in the top of the first pitch of the game, Ketel Marte hits his 28th home run, a solo shot on a fly ball to left center field. Then Gabriel Moreno hit his 5th home run on a fly ball to left center field. 1-0 Diamondbacks after the Ketel home run. 2-0 after the Gabriel Moreno home run. And then in the bottom of the first, Cleveland scores. Jose Ramirez doubled his 25th of the season on a line drive to right fielder Randall Grichuk. Lane Thomas scored, and it's 2-1 Diamondbacks. Then in the bottom of the second, Bo Naylor singled on a ground ball to center fielder Jake McCarthy. Andres Jimenez scores, and it's 3-2 Guardians. In the top of the sixth, Eugenio Suarez doubles his 18th of the season on a ground ball to left fielder Stephen Kwan. Josh Bell scores, and it's 3-3. And then, in the the top of the sixth, Geraldo Perdomo grounded out into a force out. The second baseman Andres Jimenez to shortstop Brian Rocchio. Jake McCarthy scored, and it's 4-3 Diamondbacks. Then in the bottom of the sixth, Andres Jimenez singled on a ground ball to center fielder Jake McCarthy. It was a 2-run single. Jose Ramirez scored, Josh Naylor scored, and it's 5-4 Guardians. Then in the top of the seventh, top of the eighth. No, they didn't score in the eighth. Top of the eighth. I'm sorry. Okay, I don't know why. Jock Peterson hit a 3-run home run. 2-run home run. His 18th of the season on a fly ball to right center field. Jake McCarthy scores, and it's 6-5 Diamondbacks. Then in the bottom of the ninth, Bo Naylor triples on a sharp fly ball to left center field, Lourdes Gurriel Jr. And then Daniel Sheeman out on a sacrifice to center field. Jake McCarthy. Bo Naylor scored, and it's 6-6. Then in the top of the 10th, this is still game one. Eugenio Suarez hits a sacrifice fly to right fielder Lane Thomas. Corbin Carroll scored, and it's 7-6 Diamondbacks. And that is your final score. I already gave who got the win, loss, and the save. In game one, Ketel Marte had 4 at-bats. He had 1 run, 1 hit, 1 RBI, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, a .300 average, and a .923 OPS. Gabriel Moreno had 2 at-bats. He had 1 run, 2 hits, 1 RBI, no walks, no strikeouts, a .262 average, and a .729 OPS. Gabriel Moreno also got injured in that game, a groin injury, so he's out for a little bit. Jose Herrera had 3 at-bats. He had no runs, no hits, no RBIs, no walks, no strikeouts, a .229 average, and a .594 OPS. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. had 5 at-bats. He had no runs, one hit, no RBIs, no walks, 1 strikeout, a .266 average, and a .710 OPS. Josh Bell had 5 at-bats. He had 1 run, 2 hits, no RBIs, no walks, 1 strikeout, a .239 average, and a .712 OPS. Randall Grichuk had 3 at-bats. He had no runs, 1 hit, no RBIs, no walks, 1 strikeout, a .270 average, and a .752 OPS. Corbin Carroll had 2 at-bats. He had 1 run, no hits, no RBIs, no walks, 1 strikeout, a .214 average, and a .667 OPS. Jake McCarthy had 2 at-bats. He had 2 runs, 1 hit, no RBIs, 1 walk, no strikeouts, a .294 average, and a .784 OPS. Eugenio Suarez had 3 at-bats. He had no runs, 1 hit, 2 RBIs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, a .229 average, and a .721 OPS. Kevin Newman had 2 at-bats. He had no runs, no hits, no RBIs, 1 walk, no strikeouts, a .276 average, and a .691 OPS. Jock Peterson had 1 at-bat. He had 1 run, 1 hit, 2 RBIs, no walks, no strikeouts, a .285 average, and a .946 OPS. Alec Thomas had 1 at-bat. He had no runs, no hits, no RBIs, no walks, no strikeouts, a .207 average, and a .655 OPS. And Geraldo Perdomo had 4 at-bats. He had no runs, no hits, 1 RBI, no walks, no strikeouts, a .275 average, and a .691 OPS. In Game 1, the Diamondbacks had 37 at-bats. They had 7 runs, 10 hits, 7 RBIs, 4 walks, 6 strikeouts. Zach Gallen went 7 innings, allowed 8 hits, 5 runs, 5 earned runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, no home runs, and has a 3.75 ERA. Kevin Ginkel went 2/3 of an inning, allowed 1 hit, no runs, no earned runs, no walks, 1 strikeout, no home runs, and has a 3.17 ERA. AJ Puck went 1/3 of an inning, allowed no hits, no runs, no earned runs, no walks, 1 strikeout, no home runs, and has a 4.10 ERA. Ryan Thompson, who got the win, went 1 inning, allowed one hit, 1 run, 1 earned run, no walks, 1 strikeout, no home runs, and has a 2.30 ERA. Justin Martinez, who got the save, went 1 inning, allowed no runs, no hits, no RBIs, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, no home runs, and has a 2.01 ERA. So the Diamondbacks pitchers went 10 innings, allowed 10 hits, 6 runs, 6 earned runs, 3 walks, 9 strikeouts, no home runs. And the Diamondbacks improved to 61-52 after Game 1, and the Cleveland Guardians fall to 67-45. And then in Game 2, which Tuesday was rained out, so they played a doubleheader yesterday, which was Wednesday. Uh, and in game two, um, the Diamondbacks win 7-3. And Brandon Pfaadt pitched very, very well in the first game of the doubleheader. Um, the Diamondbacks scored 2 in the second, 2 in the fourth, 1 in the eighth, 2 in the ninth. The Diamondbacks had 7 runs on 7 hits, no errors. The Guardians scored 2 in the fifth, 1 in the eighth. They had 3 runs on 8 hits, no errors. Um, so let's take a look at the scoring. In the top of the second, Geraldo Perdomo homered his first of the season on a fly ball to right center field. Alec Thomas scores, and it's 2-0 Diamondbacks. Then in the top of the fifth, Corbin Carroll homered his 9th of the season on a fly ball to right field. Jose Herrera scores, and it's 4-0 Diamondbacks. And then in the bottom of the fifth, Josh Naylor homered his 25th of the season on a fly ball to right center field, and it's 4-1 Diamondbacks. And then still in the bottom of the fifth, Brian Roquios doubled his 15th of the season on a sharp line drive to right fielder Corbin Carroll. Andres Jimenez scores, and it's 4-2 Diamondbacks. And then in the top of the eighth, Eugenio Suarez doubled on a fly ball to center fielder Angel Martinez. Jock Peterson scored, and it's 5-2 Diamondbacks. And then in the bottom of the eighth, Josh Naylor grounds out to first base, and it's 5-3 Diamondbacks. And then in the top of the ninth, Ketel Marte homered his 29th of the season on a fly ball to left center field. Corbin Carroll scored. 7-3 Diamondbacks get the win. They clinched the series win in game two. Brandon Pfaadt gets the win. He's 6-6 with a 3.92 ERA. Ben Lively gets the loss. He's 10-7 with a 3.59 ERA. And the Diamondbacks in game two, Corbin Carroll had 4 at-bats. He had 2 runs, 1 hit, 2 RBIs, 1 walk, no strikeouts. Has a .215 average and a .674 OPS. Ketel Marte had 4 at-bats. He had 1 run, 1 hit, 2 RBIs, 1 walk, no strikeouts. Has a .300 average and a .927 OPS. Jock Peterson had 4 at-bats. He had 1 run, 2 hits, no RBIs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, a .288 average, and a .949 OPS. Kevin Newman had no at-bats. He had no runs, no hits, no RBIs, no walks, no strikeouts, has a .276 average, and a .691 OPS. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. had 4 at-bats. He had no runs, no hits, no RBIs, no walks, no strikeouts, has a .263 average and a .704 OPS. Eugenio Suarez had 4 at-bats. He had no runs, 1 hit, 1 RBI, no walks, 1 strikeout, a .229 average and a .722 OPS. Alec Thomas had 2 at-bats. He had 1 run, no hits, no RBIs, 1 walk, no strikeouts, a .202 average, and a .649 OPS. Randall Grichuk had 1 at-bat. He had no runs, no hits, no RBIs, no walks, 1 strikeout, a .269 average, and a .747 OPS. Geraldo Perdomo had 4 at-bats. He had 1 run, 1 hit, 2 RBIs, no walks, 1 strikeout, a .275 average, and a .704 OPS. And Jose Herrera had 2 at-bats. He had 1 run, no hits, no RBIs, 2 walks, no strikeouts, a .216 average, and a .596 OPS. The Arizona Diamondbacks hitters had 34 at-bats. They had 7 runs, 7 hits, 7 RBIs, 6 walks, 5 strikeouts. Brandon Pfaadt, who got the win, went 6 1/3, allowed 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts, 1 home run, and has a 3.92 ERA. Andrew Puck went 2/3 of an inning, allowed no hits, no runs, no earned runs, no walks, no strikeouts, no home runs, and has a 4.04 ERA. Dylan Floro went 2/3 of an inning, allowed 3 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, no walks, no strikeouts, no home runs, and has a 2.13 ERA. And Joe Mantiply went 1/3 of an inning, allowed no hits, no runs, no earned runs, no walks, no strikeouts, no home runs, and has a 3.89 ERA. And Paul Sewald went 1 inning, allowed 1 hit, no runs, no earned runs, 1 walk, no strikeouts, no home runs, and has a 3.94 ERA. The Diamondbacks pitching went 9 innings, allowed 8 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, 1 home run, and the Diamondbacks win Game 2 7-3. So the Diamondbacks improved to 62-52. The Cleveland Guardians fall to 67-46. We swept the best team in baseball. They're the best team no more because now the New York Yankees have the best record in baseball thanks to the Arizona Diamondbacks. So you're welcome, New York Yankees. And in Game 3, the second of this doubleheader, they let Eduardo Rodriguez pick if he wanted to pitch the first game or the second game, because the first game, Game 2 of this series, was supposed to be his start. Game 3 was supposed to be Brandon Pfaadt, but Eduardo Rodriguez chose to pitch the second game of the doubleheader, so Brandon Pfaadt went in the first game. The Diamondbacks scored 2 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third, 1 in the seventh. And the Diamondbacks had 5 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. The Cleveland Guardians scored 1 in the second, 1 in the fourth, 1 in the sixth. They had 3 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. The win went to Eduardo Rodriguez. He's 1-0 with a 4.76 ERA. Carlos Carrasco got the loss. He's 3-10 with a 5.64 ERA. And Justin Martinez gets his second save of the season, and he's got a 1.97 ERA. So, top of the second, Josh Bell homered, his 17th of the season on a fly ball to left field, and it's 1-0 Diamondbacks. And then making his Major League debut for the Arizona Diamondbacks with the Gabriel Moreno injury, Adrian Del Castillo doubled his first of the season on a sharp fly ball to left fielder Angel Martinez. Eugenio Suarez scored, and it's 2-0 Diamondbacks. Adrian Del Castillo gets his first RBI in the big leagues, his first hit in the big leagues. Then in the top of the second, David Fry homered his 10th of the season on a fly ball to center field, and it's 2-1 Diamondbacks. And then in the top of the third, have yourself a game, Josh Bell. Josh Bell, his second home run of the game, his 18th of the season on a line drive to right fielder. Corbin Carroll scored, and it's 4-1 Diamondbacks. Then in the bottom of the sixth, Jose Ramirez homered. Jose Ramirez homered his 30th of the season on a fly ball to left field, and it's 4-3 Diamondbacks. And then in the top of the seventh, Randall Grichuk homered his 4th of the season on a fly ball to left field, and it's 5-3 Diamondbacks. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is your final. The Diamondbacks win 5-3. They sweep the best team in baseball, the Cleveland Guardians, in Cleveland. And now we get ready to go back to Chase Field in Phoenix to take on the Philadelphia Phillies. Corbin Carroll had 4 at-bats. He had 1 run, 1 hit, no RBIs, 1 walk, no strikeouts, has a .215 average and a .674 OPS. Ketel Marte had 2 at-bats. He had no runs, no hits, no RBIs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, has a .298 average and a .927 OPS. Jock Peterson had 4 at-bats. He had no runs, no hits, no RBIs, no walks, 1 strikeout, has a .284 average and a .936 OPS. Josh Bell had 4 at-bats. He had 2 runs, 2 hits, 3 RBIs, no walks, no strikeouts, has a .241 average and a .726 OPS. Geraldo Perdomo had no at-bats. He had no runs, no hits, no RBIs, no walks, no strikeouts, a .275 average and a .704 OPS. Jake McCarthy had 4 at-bats. He had no runs, 1 hit, no RBIs, no walks, 2 strikeouts, has a .293 average and a .780 OPS. Eugenio Suarez had 4 at-bats. He had 1 run, 1 hit, no RBIs, no walks, 1 strikeout, has a .229 average and a .722 OPS. Randall Grichuk had 4 at-bats. He had 1 run, 2 hits, 1 RBI, no walks, no strikeouts, has a .274 average and a .774 OPS. Adrian Del Castillo had 3 at-bats. He had no runs, 1 hit, 1 RBI, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, has a .333 average and a 1.167 OPS. Kevin Newman had 3 at-bats. He had no runs, no hits, no RBIs, no walks, 2 strikeouts, has a .273 average and a .682 OPS. The Diamondbacks had 32 at-bats. They had 5 runs, 8 hits, 5 RBIs, 4 walks, 10 strikeouts. Eduardo Rodriguez went 5 2/3, allowed 4 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, 1 strikeout, 2 home runs, and has a 4.76 ERA. Kevin Ginkel went 1 1/3, allowed 1 hit, no runs, no earned runs, no walks, 1 strikeout, no home runs, and has a 3.08 ERA. Ryan Thompson went 2/3 of an inning, allowed 1 hit, no runs, no earned runs, no walks, no strikeouts, no home runs, and has a 2.27 ERA. Joe Mantiply went 1/3 of an inning, allowed no hits, no runs, no earned runs, no walks, 1 strikeout, no home runs, and has a 3.86 ERA. Justin Martinez, who got the save, went 1 inning, allowed 1 hit, no runs, no earned runs, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, no home runs, and has a 1.97 ERA. Diamondbacks pitching went 9 innings, allowed 7 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts, 2 home runs, and the Arizona Diamondbacks take Game 3 5-3. So the Diamondbacks improve to 63-52. The Cleveland Guardians fall to 67-47. So the Diamondbacks go into Cleveland and take all 3. The Diamondbacks are 11 games above 500. They are scorching hot right now. They only lost 4 games since the All-Star break. Since the All-Star game, the Arizona Diamondbacks have only lost 4 games. And they get the sweep of the Cleveland Guardians. Last year in Cleveland, we took 2 out of 3 from the Cleveland Guardians. Let me see if they'll say who the pitchers are in Game 1 of the series with the Philadelphia Phillies. So now we go home for 4 against the Philadelphia Phillies and then 3 against the Colorado Rockies. So I'm just waiting for this to load here. But the Diamondbacks are on fire. There was a point where they didn't look like they were ever going to get back to 500, let alone over 500. But now they are 11 games over 500 at 63-52. They needed to get healthy. So it'll be Colby Allard on the mound for the Philadelphia Phillies. He's 0-0 with a 4.50 ERA, 5 strikeouts. And it'll be Jordan Montgomery on the mound for the Arizona Diamondbacks. He's 7-5 with a 6.37 ERA, 51 strikeouts. So we got to get to Allard early and often. It's going to be a tough pitching matchup. But we need to win Game 1. The Philadelphia Phillies come in at 68-46. The Arizona Diamondbacks come in at 63-52. So this is going to be another tough series. I thought Cleveland was going to be a tough series. I didn't expect to take 3 from Cleveland, but we did. Philadelphia is a different team. And in Game 2 of the Philadelphia Phillies series, it'll be Zach Wheeler on the mound for the Philadelphia Phillies. He's 11-5 with a 2.77 ERA, 148 strikeouts. And on the mound for the Arizona Diamondbacks in Game 2, it'll be Ryan Nelson. He's 8-6 with a 4.65 ERA, 86 strikeouts. So let me see if they'll show game 3. Sometimes they do, sometimes they won't. And then it'll be in game 3 on the mound for the Philadelphia Phillies. It'll be Aaron Nola. He's 11-5 with a 3.54 ERA, 134 strikeouts. And on the mound in game 3 for the Arizona Diamondbacks, it's Zach Gallen. He's 9-5 with a 3.75 ERA, 96 strikeouts. So these are some tough pitching matchups. This is not going to be an easy series by any means. And then in game 4, they're not saying who the pitcher is going to be for the Arizona Diamondbacks. But in game 4, it'll be Christopher Sanchez on the mound for the Philadelphia Phillies. He's 8-7 with a 3.27 ERA, 100 strikeouts. See, in game 4 of this series, we could see Merrill Kelly. But I want to at least split. I want to at least split this series, and then we'll have 3 at home against the Colorado Rockies before going back out on the road at Boston. And then we're home against the Mets and the Dodgers. Then we go back on the road to San Francisco and Houston. Then we're at home against Texas for 2. Home against Milwaukee for 3, at Colorado for 3, at Milwaukee for 4, and then we end the season home against San Francisco and home against San Diego. So we need to keep winning on our push to the playoffs, and we need our starting pitching to go deep into games, so we're not using our bullpen a whole lot, and we need our offense to keep scoring the way they are. So, guys, that is my Arizona Diamondbacks at Cleveland Guardians series recap. Diamondbacks win the series. They sweep the Cleveland Guardians, and now they get ready to host the Philadelphia Phillies for 4. Not going to be a fun series. But I want to split. I want to at least split with the Philadelphia Phillies. They took 2 or 3 in their building. Let's at least get 2 in our building. Philadelphia is a tough team, but Cleveland was a tough team too. But I feel if our offense can keep scoring the way they're scoring, and the answer backs keep being the answer backs, we can win some of these games. We got to keep on winning if we want to get to the playoffs, though, and keep the wild card spot. And we can catch the Dodgers for the division if they keep losing. But guys, comment in the comment section below on what you think. And as always, if you like my videos, like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you don't miss a video. This is Sports Dom. Peace. Go Diamondbacks. Let's take game 1 at home against the Philadelphia Phillies. Go Diamondbacks. Thank you, Cleveland, for a hell of a series. You guys scored some runs in that series. So thank you for a hell of a series. And let's get ready for the Philadelphia Phillies. Go Diamondbacks.